as I've gotten older, naturally, I've gotten heavier. I'm also stronger than I used to be. But what happens as you get heavier through middle age is that the muscles in the pelvis and the legs, they shorten and they thicken because you're carrying more weight. And the upshot of that is you lose flexibility all over. And I realized by doing the circle and working on the holding, I'm reopening my hips all over again. And I need to, because I'm a much heavier man. You know, I'm 20, 25 pounds heavier. And I realized my hip muscles and my low back muscles and my thighs have shortened, and my steps have shortened to make it easier to carry my weight. So now I'm basically breaking in my long stride and my squat all over again. And I'm doing that with holding postures.
Do you find that's, you know, with injuries over the year too, then it's kind of reopening and realigning things?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been on the road for 8 years, and that means I haven't done my daily 1 hour circle in the last 8 years. And now I'm also trying to do my own practice Tuesdays and Thursdays. So basically, I'm trying to do that hour of circling every day for an hour. And I'm finding that I'm feeling so much better. It's hard work. And my heart is working harder because I'm heavier than I used to be, right? So it's work, but I feel so much better that I'm glad I'm doing it. And I've got Andrew Blagg, who's come in from the East Coast, and I have another new student here, and they're doing the training with me. So it encourages me to get my ass out of bed and get that circle done. All you guys, you know, I encourage you to do 1 hour a day. And if you're doing Gao, you can do Gao on the circle. You can do your circle walk, and you can turn and do a linear technique, and then do the circle walk on the other side and turn and do a linear technique. We haven't talked a lot about putting the linear techniques on the circle, but it's very straightforward. And if you want to talk about that in the next class, we can, because the circling really is a body-friendly way to slowly heat the body and go lower and lower and strengthen your knees and hips, which is, you know, the old man's nemesis. It's a bit like the old Persian zurkana. You know, one of the oldest physical culture activities we have is the zurkana in Iran. And interestingly, they dig an octagonal hole in the ground big enough to house about 20 men. And it was done during one of the old wars so they could train without being seen. They would dig it, they would cut an octagonal room in the ground. And so if you looked out over the horizon, you wouldn't see anybody, and the sound was locked inside this hole in the ground that was an octagon. And there was an additional crevice in the octagon for the teacher who would play a drum. And the men would exercise in a circle, and they would do their push-ups and their squats and their spinning and their work with the pins, the big clubs, all in a circle and all to music. And they would do it at every age. So the 20-year-old men are exercising with the 60-year-old men, and they train, I don't know how often. It could be every morning or every other morning. But it's a very old tradition. It goes back, easily 1,000 years. If you want to research that, you can look on YouTube, look up Zurkana, Zirkana. Should be close enough to get you there. And, if I was closer to you guys, we would just be meeting before breakfast and circling every morning.